Alright, this is part 2 of the song Hallelujah. Hopefully, I'm sure many of you know part 1 by now and you're ready for part 2. The only downside is going to be a part 3, and that may be a good side. Alright, 2 quick things. I'm going to talk slower and try to talk clearer because I had this thing called Bell's palsy. And what that does, your face goes limp, but everything's fine. I think I got like a 90% recovery, but one side of my mouth still doesn't work good. But please, no emails, no nothing. It's just live. As my brother-in-law says, getting old is not for sissies. The only thing about Bell's palsy is when you try to play the flute, it goes because you have no control. You try to drink liquid, it all runs out. It's kind of funny in a way because it's just a nerve. Anyway, that's good. I'm good. Everything's good. So I'll start trying to put a few videos up, and I have to remember to talk slowly. So, you've never heard me say much about Dana's flutes, but this would be a real good time. For the past 10 years, I have played nothing but flutes made by Dana Ross. I'm not the best, I'm not the worst player, but I know what I want in a flute. And I have a musical background, so I know what I want. And Dana's flutes provide that. I can take this B flute or this A flute, and it will play with any guitar, any quartet, any piano, church piano, keyboard. It will play because it is pitched correctly. And what I mean by pitch, it's not just pitched against itself, but it's pitched at 440. I know there's a lot of good flute makers out there, and Dana's the one I know the best. And in my mind, I think Dana is the best. He spends all day long making flutes. He has been doing it for a long time. I got to remember to slow down. So, after this video, you may decide that you need a B flute. And if you do, that's the A flute, and that's the B flute, which is slightly higher. So, if my opinion is anything, and you like my videos, and you think I have any skill at all, my opinion is if you have not had a flute built by Dana Ross at Falcon Flutes, you don't know what you're missing. They play forever. But anyway, here we go. Hallelujah, part 2. Where to start? This was supposed to be an easy video. It has not turned out to be that, as none of them turn out easy. People won't request and they think that I can do it in 2 hours and the video's out. No, it takes a long time for these videos. But anyway, when you start off with A flute doing the lower part, and at 2 minutes, I'm guessing 2 minutes and 28 seconds when a young lady is singing, then you hear a piano go dong, 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 dong. That's telling you in music language that there is it's changing key. I'm not going to get technical. People that know music, you can write me and say it's this, just write me that. I know all that, and I don't really care. But when you hear that dong, 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 like 228, let me look right quick. But on the Jessica, when she sings, it's like 2 minutes and 28 seconds, I think. And on the karaoke, I think it's like 2 minutes 14 seconds when it changes. And you will hear the music begin to change, which is telling your ear something is changing. Alright, so it's going to go from an A, it's going to go up a whole step, which is 2 half steps. The best way to look at that, if you're changing key and you're going up a flight of steps, you step up 1, that's a half step. You take up a step, another step. Now you made 2 half steps, so now you are a whole step higher than where you started. So you were in the key of A, basically. We're not going to get technical. Now you're in the key of B. So, if you're lucky enough to have an A flute, which that's what I teach with, and I think most people do, then to play the second part, you already know it. Pick up a B flute but it's marked B, and I probably can't get you to see it. But anyway, it's marked B right here. This one is marked A. So if you pick up a B flute, that is your 2 steps higher, and now you change key just simply by, you play this one, put that flute down because you have music going along, you have time, put it under your arm, do like this. You can have that flute stuck under your arm. Don't stick the mouthpiece under your armpit, but have that in, like that. Then just simply take that out, get rid of it, hand it to somebody, stick it under your arm, and then you start with a B flute. Go. Don't have. You can see I don't have a leather strap. Then you've jumped up. Now to play Hallelujah this way, you already know the song in the key of A. You just pick up, or I should say using an A flute, A minor actually, but then you just pick up a B, then you change key and you just play the same thing that you just learned. Part 3, and we're going to get to the music right quick. Part 3 will be using an A flute for the whole song. It's a little more complicated because you have to go instead of, you have to do a half step. Most people don't like half step. So if you have a B flute, simply pick it up for somewhere 2 minutes and 28 seconds, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. You will hear, just by listening, I think her name was Jessica, you'll hear her change her pitch, and that's when you start with a B. Now, here's where Dana comes in. If you don't have a B flute, this would be a real good time to call Dana, say, Dana, or email him, I don't have a B flute, and I need a B flute. And it looks good in the show just to pick up a different flute, if you want to. All right, well, all that said, let me focus in on the music, and I'll show you a couple of things. Part 3 is ready. Excuse me. Pollen's killing me. Part 3 is ready. This is part 1, part 2. Part 3 is ready. I just have to go over it and check again all my notes and darken everything in, finish it out, and get back up here, which could be 2 days, could be a week, but it's ready, just waiting on me. So here's the music when you pick up a B flute. Alright, it's going to be a little hard, it's hard for me to see on my little screen, but the first part is already what you've learned. This is the same chart that I put on part 1. Bum 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 da 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 da. Now the part, because you just simply picked up a B flute, that puts you into another key, so the notes, the fingerings are all the same. Now this, if I can get in on this somehow. Hopefully that's going to be bigger on the screen. Now if you can see that it goes da 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 da, and it goes hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now Jessica plays the hallelujah 4, 5, or 6 times that she sings it at the end. If you just want to do this one time and finish the song, then you're good. If you want to play with the karaoke, you're going to have to play hallelujah, I think at least 4 times. And it just goes, let me get a flute. And it just goes hallelujah. Yeah, I messed up the last note. But anyway, you just simply play that and keep playing it until you're tired of it. If you don't have the music, then you play it one time and then you're done. So if this makes any sense at all, pick up a D flute and then you just play what's written, what you should have already learned by heart, Nope, that's not it. Okay, hallelujah. Then every time she starts, you just have to start that. And if you can see it, it's marked 3 on there somewhere. I think down here and up here, there should be a little bitty 3, and I put the words hallelujah there. And that's it. Now part 3 will be out anywhere from 2 days to a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever. Kind of depends on what I do around here. Alright, so if you don't have a B flute, you may want to order one, or next week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever. The part 3 of Hallelujah using an A flute will be out, where you just stay on the A flute the whole time. It does have half steps. Alright, see you around.